Did you know that something as simple as water could make your morning feel worse instead of better? Have you ever felt dizzy, cold, or even nauseous after that first glass of water? Or maybe you've been told to drink more, but somehow your energy still dips by noon? I'm Dr. Sarah Bennett, and in today's video, we're going to look at 5 common mistakes older adults make when drinking water in the morning, mistakes that might quietly be affecting your health. Let's walk through them together, one by one. Mistake 1. Drinking ice, cold water first thing in the morning. One of the most common mistakes I see, especially among older adults, is starting the day with a glass of ice-cold water. I understand why. It can feel refreshing. For years, we've been told that cold water wakes us up, clears the throat, and even boosts energy. But as we age, our bodies respond differently. What once felt good in our 30s or 40s can quietly become a source of stress in our 60s and beyond. Let me tell you about Harold, one of my longtime patients. He's 74, sharp-minded, and full of stories. Every morning, Harold used to drink a tall glass of water straight from the fridge. "It gets me going," he'd say with a smile. But then, strange things started happening. He noticed a sudden tightness in his stomach. His hands would feel icy. Sometimes, a dull headache would creep in. At first, he thought it was just aging. But when we looked closer, the real culprit was that cold water. You see, after a night of rest, your body is in a delicate state. Your heart rate is slow, your digestion is quiet, blood vessels are slightly tightened. Suddenly, flooding that gentle system with ice-cold water is like shocking it awake with a slap. Your stomach may spasm, blood vessels can constrict even more. For many, this causes lightheadedness, nausea, or an odd sense of chill that doesn't go away easily. This isn't just theory, it's what I see in my practice every week. The truth is, our internal thermostat becomes more sensitive as we get older. We don't regulate temperature as easily. Our circulation slows. Our digestion takes longer to respond. So when you introduce something that cold, that fast, it creates stress. Not loud, dramatic stress, but the quiet kind that drains your energy slowly over the course of the morning. Harold eventually switched to room temperature water. Nothing fancy, just a glass left on the counter overnight. Within a week, the cramps were gone. The headaches stopped. He told me, "Doc, I didn't realize how much that one glass was affecting me." And I hear that often. So if you've been drinking cold water right out of the fridge, I encourage you to pause. Try letting your water sit for a bit. Even lukewarm water is gentler. You might be surprised how much more comfortable your mornings become. Our bodies have carried us through so much. They've healed, worked, and adapted for decades. The least we can do is treat them with the kindness they now ask for. Morning water is a good habit, but only when it respects where your body is today, not where it used to be. Mistake 2. Drinking water, too fast or in big gulps. Now let's talk about another habit that seems harmless but can quietly make your mornings harder: drinking water too fast or in large gulps. I see this more often than you'd think, especially among folks who are trying to do the right thing for their health. And I understand. You wake up feeling dry, maybe even thirsty, and that glass of water is sitting right there. So you pick it up and drink it all in one go. But for older adults, that sudden rush can do more harm than good. Your body, after a full night of rest, is still adjusting. Your heart is waking up. Your blood pressure is rising gently. Your stomach, quiet for hours, is just beginning to come alive again. Pouring a full glass of water down in just a few seconds can overload that delicate process. It's a bit like turning on the faucet full blast. When the pipes are still frozen, it might work, but something will rattle. I remember one of my patients, Walter. He's 72, a retired high school coach, disciplined and sharp. Every morning, before even getting out of bed, he would drink a full bottle of water. He believed he was staying ahead of dehydration, but he often felt lightheaded, and some mornings, he said it felt like his chest fluttered or his stomach turned. His blood tests were normal. His medications hadn't changed, but something wasn't right. We sat down and went over his routine, step by step. That's when we found it. He was flooding his system too quickly. His body hadn't even shifted fully from sleep mode. So I suggested a small adjustment: start sipping instead of gulping. Give it 15 to 20 minutes. Sit up slowly. Let the body take in the water, rather than be overwhelmed by it. The result? The dizziness stopped. His energy leveled out. And, most importantly, He felt more at ease, not just physically, but mentally. He told me, "I didn't know something so small could change so much." That's the beauty of it. You don't need drastic changes. You just need gentler ones. Your kidneys, your heart, your digestion, they all prefer rhythm over shock. Sipping slowly gives them time to respond. It's a quiet kindness you offer yourself, and it makes all the difference. So tomorrow morning, instead of reaching for that glass and finishing it in one breath, try holding it a little longer. Take a sip, pause, breathe, let your body catch up. These small, mindful actions are not just routines, they are daily gifts to a body that has served you well for many years. Mistake 3. Drinking water from plastic bottles left out overnight. This next mistake might catch some people by surprise. It's one I see often, especially among those who like to keep things simple. Maybe you fill a plastic bottle before bed and leave it by your nightstand. It's right there in the morning, easy to grab. It feels like a smart routine, but over time, this small habit can quietly harm your health. Let me share a story with you. Stanley, 78, came to see me for low energy, frequent headaches, and some mild digestive discomfort. Nothing alarming showed up in his lab work. His diet was steady, his medication hadn't changed, but something was off. When we talked more, I noticed a detail most people wouldn't think twice about. Drank from the same plastic water bottle every morning. He'd fill it the night before, leave it near his lamp, and sip it as soon as he woke up. That bottle, sitting out in a warm room overnight, was slowly releasing chemicals into the water. Most people have heard about BPA. It's a compound used in many plastics. And while newer bottles often say BPA-free, they may still contain other chemicals that act similarly. These substances can interfere with your hormones. They don't smell, they don't taste, but they make their way into your body just the same. As we get older, our systems become more sensitive. The balance of hormones, blood pressure, and metabolism doesn't shift as easily as it used to. If something throws off that balance, even a small thing, it can have ripple effects. You may feel more tired. Your sleep may be less restful. Your digestion may feel unpredictable. Often, these changes happen slowly, so you don't link them to the water bottle beside your bed. When I asked Stanley to try something different, he was skeptical, but he agreed to switch to a glass bottle. He filled it fresh each morning, instead of reusing one from the night before. Within a few weeks, he felt better. The headaches became rare. His energy lifted. He didn't need more medication, he just needed one small change in his routine. I'm not saying that one sip from a plastic bottle will hurt you, but if it's happening every day, over months or years, your liver and kidneys are the ones doing the work, and they've already done so much for you. They deserve less stress, not more. So, take a look at your morning setup. If there's a plastic bottle waiting for you at dawn, consider replacing it. Glass or stainless steel is a safer choice, and always try to use fresh water. It's a quiet act of care, and your body will notice. Our goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. These gentle shifts, room temperature water, slower sips, a better bottle, they add up. And they help you start your day in a way that truly supports your health, not just your habits. Mistake 4. Drinking water after medication on an empty or very full stomach. Let's talk about something that often slips through the cracks in our morning routine. We take our medications with water. For many older adults, this moment comes early in the day. You wake up, reach for your pills, and wash them down with a glass of water. It feels like the right thing to do. But the timing, the amount, and the state of your stomach matter more than most people realize. I remember Margaret, one of my patients, now 80. She'd been taking her thyroid medication faithfully every morning for years. Same pill, same time, same water bottle by her bedside. But she came to me one day saying she felt queasy. Not every day, but often enough that it made her mornings unpleasant. We looked at her labs. They were normal. Her medication hadn't changed. But when I asked her exactly how she took her pill, she said, "I wake up, take it with a full glass of water, then lie back down for a bit." Her stomach was completely empty, and that large amount of water, coming in all at once, was irritating her digestive system. It caused nausea, sometimes heartburn, and likely affected how well the medication was absorbed. After adjusting her routine, just a few sips of water to swallow the pill, then waiting 45 minutes before breakfast, everything settled down. The nausea disappeared. She felt steadier. And her follow-up labs even showed better absorption. The opposite situation can also cause problems. Imagine finishing a heavy breakfast: eggs, toast, maybe some fruit, and then taking your medication with a large glass of water. Your stomach is already working hard to digest. Adding more volume, especially right after eating, can create discomfort. For some medications, it can even reduce how well they work. Your stomach, especially in the morning, is more sensitive than we often think. It's not just about what you eat or drink, but when and how. After a night of rest, the stomach lining is more reactive. The acidity levels are shifting, and when medications and water come into that picture, timing makes a difference. So here's my advice: don't rush. If your medication says to take it on an empty stomach, use just enough water to swallow it. Then give your body time, 20, 30, even 45 minutes before eating. If your medication is meant to be taken with food, avoid overfilling your stomach before drinking that big glass of water. Small adjustments can bring major relief. It's not about being perfect. It's about noticing how your body responds and respecting those signals. Your body has learned a lot over the years. Trust it. And give it what it needs, not all at once, but gently, with care. These simple changes in your morning routine can protect both your comfort and the effectiveness of the treatments you're relying on. Mistake 5. Skipping breakfast and only drinking water. This last mistake is one I often hear from people trying to simplify their mornings. I just drink water in the morning, they say. It helps me stay light and focused. And while that might sound reasonable, especially with so much talk about fasting these days, it doesn't always serve the body well, especially as we get older. Let me tell you about Alice. She's 69, bright, independent, and loves reading health articles online. A few months ago, she started skipping breakfast. Instead, she'd drink a big glass of water and wait until lunchtime to eat. She told me it helped her feel cleaner and maybe even lose a few pounds. But slowly, things began to shift. She became forgetful. Her mood dipped. She started repeating things without realizing it. Her daughter noticed first. Alice wasn't sick. Her blood work was fine, but her brain and body were running on empty. After a full night without food, just drinking water wasn't enough. Water hydrates, yes, but it doesn't fuel. It doesn't provide the nutrients your brain needs to think clearly or your muscles need to stay steady. Older adults, especially, need that morning nourishment. Your metabolism slows down with age. Your blood sugar may drop more easily. And when you skip breakfast, your body starts the day in a deficit. You may feel tired, foggy, or irritable and not understand why. I asked Alice to try something simple. Not a big meal, just a boiled egg, a piece of toast, maybe a few slices of fruit. Within a week, she felt sharper. Her energy returned. She even laughed and told me, "I didn't know breakfast was the thing holding me together." Here's the truth. Water is a great start, but it's not enough on its own. Think of it like watering a plant that also needs sunlight. You need both. A small, balanced breakfast helps stabilize blood sugar, supports brain function, and gives you a solid foundation to face the day. So if you've been skipping breakfast, thinking you're doing your body a favor, maybe try adding just a little something back in. A handful of nuts, a bit of oatmeal, even half a banana. You might be surprised how much clearer, calmer, and stronger you feel throughout the morning. Taking care of your health doesn't always mean doing more. Sometimes it means doing things more gently, with more attention to what your body is truly asking for. After all, your body has been showing up for you every day for decades. A little breakfast is the least we can do in return.